Here we are in Fawnskin, California, doing the filming locations for Jack Frost. Released in 1997, the horror movie about a killer snowman. And yeah, we're gonna do all the locations for that movie here in California. And here is where the first location is on this street. This is Fawn Lounge. This would have been the town hall for the movie. Looks like it's abandoned. But yeah, in the movie they use this for the town hall. They showed a nice clear shot of this in the beginning of the movie. Winter, obviously, for the movie theme. And the sheriff would have pulled up right here. And this is where they had the snowman building competition. And actually a lot of the scenes took place here as well. But yeah, this is it. Let's get a closer shot. And here's a full shot of everything that was around this location. This would have been the shot in the movie when Sheriff Tyler shoved Jack Frost out that window right down to the pickup truck that was full of antifreeze. That's where that shot took place, right here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, this is abandoned now, so I can't get inside to get some better shots. Here's what it looks inside. Not the best view, but that's all I can get. Another little bit of an angle right here. Yeah, it looks pretty bad in there. I'll gut it out. And here's what the back of the building looks like, if you're curious. Then the next shot panned over here when Sheriff Tyler walked over to the hardware store for the next shot. Literally right across the street. Let me go over here. The shot pans down. You can see the hardware store sign. And this is it. This is where the sheriff and the one guy that was selling the rock salt, they were standing right out here conversating. And it was a brief conversation. Then it went off to the next scene. But yeah, this is where the hardware store is. Here's one final shot of the hardware store from this distance. But yeah, that was it. Now let's go to the next location. I want to get one final shot of this from this angle. And yeah, that'll do it. And here we are at the next location. This was the sheriff's station. The shot was taken right about down here. And you can see the sheriff walk right inside there. Pretty sure that was about right about here. I believe there was about one or two shots actually showing the exterior of the sheriff's station. But this is actually a post office. I'm assuming this is what it probably was when the film was made. But yeah, that's where this scene took place. Right here. Okay, so I just got permission to go in there and take a quick photo and video, but this was the path Sheriff Tyler took when he came into the police station, or sheriff's station. Coming in the doors, it is a post office. This is the interior of the sheriff's station. And here is what it looks like back there. The interior of what we use as the sheriff's station. And those doors back there, one of those doors, I'd say that door right there was used for the exit. Yeah, this is it. The whole interior. So if you go to the back side of the building, those doors that they came in and out of didn't actually come from there. It would have came over from here when they came in from the back. And that's gonna do it for this location. Off to the next location. But this is what it looks like around here that you don't get to see really. Okay, that's about it. Let's go to the next spot. And here we are at the next location, Old Man Harper's house. The first victim of the movie. And somebody lives here, so I'm not gonna go on the property, obviously. But yeah, his body, or he was sitting there in the rocking chair right there when the police showed up and found him. And that all took place right here. Not too far from the town hall, sheriff's station, the hardware store. Everything was all filmed pretty close. But yeah. This is where the first victim's house is. And there's the house number. I'll put all the addresses and everything in the description. Not that good of an angle. This angle would have been sitting, yeah, he would have been sitting right out there. The sun is really bright at every angle I go to, so this is gonna be my, this will be my best angle right here of the house. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, let's go to the next location. Okay, there's a reference photo of the town hall from the movie. And the hardware store. Same location. There's the sheriff's station, which is now the post office. There's Old Man Harper's house, first victim. Next shot will be Sheriff Tyler's house. Then next shot will be his neighbor's house. And that took place, yeah, literally across the street from there. And pay attention to the photos of the background. There's the photo of Jack Frost coming out the window right there. And here is what street we are currently on for both those locations. This is Sheriff Tyler's house. This would have been the angle, roughly, when you got the car pulling in. And yeah, this is the sheriff's house. And Jack Frost would have been sitting right there on the corner. A little bit of a closer shot. But yeah. This is the house. And in the movie they said this was a sledding path. Yeah, that didn't really happen. There is no sledding path. They just did a cut shot and said that's what it was. But there is no hill here. Nowhere to sled. It was just all the movie. And I believe that window right there is where the chick was being killed by Jack Frost, and she was waving, or it looked like she was waving, and the guy came walking by, stopped here, waved right back at her. Yeah, those shots took place right here. Get a little closer. There's the house number. Okay, his neighbor for the next shot was literally right across the street. Over here. In the film, you can see the neighbor sitting out here cracking a cigarette, and Jack Frost would have been sitting right there. He'd be like, hey, how's about a smoke? And the guy's like, huh, who's out there? Tyler, I'm sorry, or whatever. But it wasn't him. It was Jack Frost. Another way to find this out, this was a spot. Pan this way, you can see that structure right there as he's walking around Jack Frost with his axe. You can clearly see that chimney right there. Yep. A little bit of a closer shot. But yeah, you can see the whole stonework, the whole porch right here. Yeah, you can see all this. But this was the house where he lived. I forget what his name was. But yeah, that's where the neighbor lived. And that's where that scene took place, right over there. Jack Frost killed his son. Then they tried to blame the kid. But if you've already seen the movie, then you already know, so there's no point in explaining it because you already know. But yeah, that all took place right over here. In fact, this entire movie was actually close quarters. I mean, it's a nice little town. But yeah, all the shots, everything, all took place on this little town. There are some shots that I can't find because there's no landmarks or anything like that. The shot I wanted to find was where Jack Frost was standing outside with the stop sign. Then a cop gets out with the shovel to get rid of him, and all of a sudden he just melts down. He's inside the sheriff's car and runs him over. I have no idea how to find that location. So I think that's gonna about do it. That's all the locations I could find for this movie. But yeah, Jack Frost, 1997. It was filmed in California. Never would have thought it would have been filmed here. Apparently they used a lot of fake snow because it wasn't cold enough and they couldn't keep it going. Or at least keep enough snow to make it look more of a wintry themed place. But all in all, it was a good movie. Loved watching that movie as a kid. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna end the video right here, and hope you all enjoyed. It was really fun finding these locations. But yeah, that is it.